So this morning, I'm live here. You know that if you're here. This morning, I decided to watch a movie, and I had everything planned out on what I was going to watch. And then I changed my mind, kind of at the last minute. And instead of watching what I was normally going to watch, I wanted to revisit an old favorite of mine. Actually, an old favorite double feature of mine. Hey, Charles, welcome. You're the first. Hey, Danuch. I didn't let people know that I'm here yet, so let's kind of do that. Let's do that on here together. So we're gonna go to Twitter. We're gonna do this all together. Hey, Scudder. And I'm just gonna do a real quick. This is like breaking the third and fourth wall. Hi there. So we are live now. We're about to talk about. You'll find out if you come and join the movie club because we're going to have some fun stuff. We're going to talk about all the sales that are happening right now, and we're going to talk about a double feature that I just started watching. See you there. Isn't that kind of cool? You kind of break the fourth wall type of thing. I kind of dig that. And we'll do the same thing right here from Instagram. And then we're going to talk about stuff. People are going to piss off at me. I'm live. So right now I am looking at, you're looking at the camera because we are live in the movie club. Join us and I will see you there really soon. We're talking about all the sales. So, Wheels, how's it going, man? Hope you're feeling better. So, we'll talk about the film, then we'll get into the different sales that are going on right now, because there are three primarily big sales that are happening right now at this very moment, and I do want to know what you guys ordered. I'm going to tell you what my twisty-turny thing with the sales did. I did have a little put aside, not a lot, but for this, and then something changed. I'll tell you all about it right here, right after the movie review. I watched X-Ray and I watched Schiziod. I actually only intended to watch X-Ray, and I really like this double feature. It seems like it, doesn't it? So I ended up watching them both. If you've never seen or you've never had this double feature, this is one of the earlier Scream Factory double features. I have no idea if this one is going to go to print like some of the other stuff, but it's an MGM, so I wouldn't risk it. It's a really, really good double feature. If you've never seen X-Ray, it stars Barbie Benton, who has Team iPhone right on, who has enormous talent, and it is. Hey, cat lover, welcome, dude. It is super cheesy. We're talking Schiziod and X-Ray. Then we're going to get into the sales, and I'm going to let you guys know what my choice was, because I had to make a big choice, and I made a choice that I think you're going to be surprised about. Hey, Culture Trini. So Barbie Benton is a buxom beauty, as cat lover knows, because who just happens to be being chased in a hospital by a killer, by a serial killer. And you have to figure out who it is. But also, it has some of the most mind-boggling, hilarious scenes that you're going to find in any of these type of slasher films. There's one sequence with, what is it again? Is it like a blanket or something like that? It's just a really weird scene. If you've seen this movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Obviously, a lot of people went and watched X-Ray because, one, they're either slasher fans, or two, they're either Barbie Benton fans, or if you're me, you're like that, like, combination of both. Schiziod, a bit more serious. It's a thriller. The one thing with Schiziod, though, is that it's one of the movies that, because of Blu-ray, because it's so clear, because it's a good print, it kind of like shoots itself in the foot, because it's a mystery, and there actually are. There's a great cast in Schizoid, by the way. We're not talking about like a tiny cast. We got like Donna Wilkes from Angel, Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future. We got Flo Garish from Don't Answer the Phone. Craig Wasson is there from Body Double and like Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Of course, Klaus Kinski stars in this. Mariana Hill. No, Mariana Hill's. Yes, yeah, Mariana Hill's in this. So yeah, it's got a great cast. But here's the thing. Here's the killer part. It is a mystery. It leads you towards thinking it's one of these people. But at the beginning of the film, because this is crystal clear Blu-ray quality, when the girl is being chased at the start of this film, and the killer looks in the window, you know, you're in a theater, it's quick, it's grainy, that on a VHS, that type of thing. You don't really notice, you don't really see it. When you're watching Schizoid, you can clearly see the killer's face in the beginning of the film. So at the beginning of the film, try to look away for a second when you see somebody run towards this house where a killer's going to look in the window, because it's going to ruin the surprise of who the killer is for you. And as many times as I've seen this movie, it never fails to kind of, not a fan? Oh, dude, Schizoid. For which one of these? You got to be a Barry Benton fan. You got to be a Barry Benton fan. Definitely worth checking out. Give it another shot. All right. That was a very quick review because I know what you guys want to talk about. You guys want to talk about the sales. I'm right, ain't I? That's the big thing in everybody's minds right now. So this is excellent. This is fun. It's a great double feature, and it's a well put together double feature because this is super cheesy. This takes itself probably a bit more seriously than it should, but it's got great actors kind of back that up. So either way, you're getting two really good films. Did I really review them really well? No, because I want you guys to explore and see the films. Come here for me, out of print information. Okay, so here we go. Let's start off with Mon Macabre. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Mon Macabre is having their big, hey, Mary, once-a-year sale. Now, two titles, and I let you guys know last night, I was up front. If you watched my video last night, two titles that I showed, they're gone out of print now. But I tried to let you guys get ahead of the game on it. And those two titles, I'm going to bring them up right now, are I think it's the Sins of Sister Lucia. Remember that one, the Nakatsu one. So that one went out of print, and Devil's Sword, the Barry Prima one. So I hope that you guys were able to get, even if you're not into like Sins of Sister Lucia, I hope you're able to get the Devil's Sword before it got out of print. Barry Prima, really fun stuff, and it's a really fun movie to watch, either on your own or with a bunch of people or with a few drinks. It's one of those really cool movies that you're gonna wish you got. It's because I think that's the one with the Crocodile Queen. Yes, it is the one with the Crocodile Queen. So those two are gone. They're out of print. And there's some others that are kind of low. So, before I go any further, let me be straight. I'm in Canada. So what does that mean when you're in Canada and you're low on funds? This is what it means. You look at all the sales. I looked at the Kino sale. I looked at the Scream Factory sale, and I looked at the Mon Macabre sale. And I did up baskets for each one of those sales. And then I checked what the shipping was for me. Now, I was 98% sure, hey Amy, I was going to have to go with Kino, because usually they tend to be the ones that go after $100, right? You know, free shipping, that type of thing. Nope. Actually, Kino was the most expensive shipping. Kino's shipping was over $25 for me, and that would have taken out. It's worth a shot. Let me sit and know what you think, though. The first film I like X-Ray better, but it's probably not a better film. But I actually like X-Ray better because it's cheesy slasher fun, right? So I looked at Mon Macabre. That was $20 shipping. And I took that Screen Factory, and that was 24. And when I say $20 shipping, it's not $20 Canadian shipping, it's $20 like American shipping. So what does that mean to me? Well, let's get out my little XE currency thing right here. So a $20 shipping in America is going to cost me $26, which is going to take at least 2 movies off of what I can buy. So then my cart might have like 6 titles in it, and it goes down to 4. You know, so I looked at it, and I looked at it, and I went on Amazon as well, and I looked at some of the films that were on Amazon that were the same, and I was maybe it's free for me. Amazon Prime is free shipping, right? And then I looked, and I was like, you know, if I had this much money that I can spend, I'm going to get 3 things that I really want. I'm going to get a couple box sets. I'm going to get a movie that I really want to add to my collection. So I ended up bypassing all the sales and going to Amazon. So this Wednesday, I will have, unlike if I went through the sale and sometime in November, I'll be unboxing something to show you guys. This Wednesday, I'll be unboxing something to show you guys. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. But now, for you lucky people that get to go through these sales, let's talk about it. We talked a bit about Modern Macabre yesterday. And I'm sorry that I couldn't do the sales. It's just, it's that time of year. My better half's going to Morocco for a month. And I've just started in a new job, which meant that I was out of work for a while. So things have been like super on the tight thing. So I couldn't do the sales the way I wanted to. But if anybody gets an extra copy of Virgins from Hell from Modern Macabre, please send it my way, because I really wanted that movie. I'm not even joking. I really did. It's a low print one right now. It's going to be out of print probably by the time the sale ends. This is it right here. Definitely recommend. It's cheesy fun. It's my type. It's basically, as they just list right here, the film opens with a gang of Asian biker babes in leather hot pants attacking a casino. And it's a 2-disc set. There is a, if you like the, is this Indonesian? I think maybe Indonesian, maybe type of film. Anyway, so there's a rappy film. So there is a 70-minute disc of trailer disc on the which is the second disc. And I'm a little bummed I couldn't get it. But yeah, so if anybody gets an extra one of those, would be appreciated. That being said, I do recommend it. Virgins from Hell, it's super cheesy. If you like the Serious Santiago type stuff, you're probably going to like Virgins from Hell. If you've watched like the Hemisphere Horrors, that style, and you like that super cheese stuff, definitely go for it. Striptease, I think, is getting low as well. Diabolical Dr. Z, you can get that one on either from Mono or from Kino. Like Kino put that out too. So you actually got 2 places to get Diabolical Dr. Z. That's not sorted yet, is it? But those I strongly recommend. Now there's some of the Blu-rays are actually getting lower down there as well. I can't imagine that there's a high amount of the limited editions left for stuff like even like for stuff like the Bushwhackers or films like that. I'm guessing that's getting low because they're limited editions. They usually go pretty fast. I know a lot of people probably pre-ordered Beast and the Magic Sword, which is an excellent Nashi film, and which I would strongly, I would 100% say that's an awesome one. Just look at the cover, man. Wrong time of year for me, but great stuff. You guys are so quiet. This is gonna be a really short video if nobody talks, because listening to only me talking is not fun. Oh, you didn't have to. Oh, thank you, Danuch. Actually, I appreciate it. So I'm really curious about Seven. I didn't hear about that movie until you. So that totally flew by my radar. Uh, no, that's good. Then I've inspired you to look at the site. It's last night I did the video. You guys were here, and I showed off my Mondo Macabre stuff. Uh, the sale. There's actually some decent stuff on Shout Factory as well. Uh, I know like a lot of it's is going to be priced better on Amazon. So if you look towards the Shout Factory stuff, what I recommend you do is you look towards like the box sets, or you look at the ones with lithographs, and either steelbook or lithograph, that type of thing. That type of thing. It's worth grabbing from Shout Factory. So if you're wanting to get one of those like Roger Corman ones with like steelbooks with lithograph, like Forbidden World or Galaxy of Terror, two really good films by the way, two really fun films. It might be worth the couple extra bones if you want the lithograph to go with it, because it's gonna even out. And if you live in the United States, then it's going to be even better. I'm so jealous of you guys when it comes to your ability to get quality movies from all over the world. You guys rock that way. When it comes to the third sale, Kino Lorber, it's good. The prices are really good. So if you live in an area or if you don't mind the shipping, you are pretty spoiled. But Rec is what I asked my mom for Christmas, actually, because I know that my local Sunrise had it. But well, local Sunrise, I mean, my local Sunrise in Newfoundland. Rec is a U.S. release, and it's U.S. only. So for me to get it, I would have to come to a Sunrise or like a Bay Street Video or somewhere like that, because like Shout doesn't ship U.S. only release. Obviously, it's U.S. only out to Canada. So when my better half was in St. John's and she took some pictures, one of the things she looked at was the Rec collection. And when I realized what it was and that it wasn't available, I actually called my mom and I said, "Mom, I know what I want for Christmas. I know it's only October, but I know what I want for Christmas." And she said, "Well, what do you want?" I said, so I sent her a picture and she said, "Oh my God, what's that?" And I said, that's Rec. I said, "But it's really hard to get in Canada, so that's my choice." And she did it. Ring. Well, the ring set's really good. Hitchcock Universal Monsters. Oh, did you buy the big one? Walmart had that here for like $80. The Universal Monsters set. With all of them. With the monthly, was it like 30 films on Blu-ray or something like that? That's the one, right? I'm thinking of. Yeah, and it's like 160 on Amazon CA, but it was like $80 on at our local Walmart. And it's a great set. My cousin has that set. Now he opted for the DVD edition of that set, and I mentioned him on here before. And that's the reason he opted for the DVD edition, is because he has a Mac, and he can actually take the movies that he now legally owns and put them onto his computer. Logan knows I talked about this yesterday, and that's where you got the DVD edition. The ring set is great. Did you watch the Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry, Share the Devil set, or the Evictor, or the 10 Dreaded Sundown Evictor set? That's hard. It's hard for me, anyway. Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry is cool. Race with the Devil, I really like. It's got Warren Oates, it's got Peter Fonda. Great film. But I'm also a huge fan of like Town That Dread Sundown. You got poor old Don Wells from Gilligan's Island gets killed in that one. And the Victor scared me when I was a kid. Like Victor's one of those films that really did scare me when I was a kid. I watched it on VHS. It was me and my cousin Raj. I mentioned him a lot actually in there. So we were at my place, and or my mom's place actually, my place, and we rented the Evictors. It was like based on a true story, and like the cover had this like shadowed man like on the front of it. and we're like watching it, and it starts out like kind of like a 30s, 40s, almost like a gangster type of thing, and like they're trying to get these people, they're trying to evict these people from this house, and there's like this massive like shootout between the people in the house. Kind of think of like the new Texas Chainsaw, the 3D one. There's a shootout between the people in the house and the police officers, and then we go to like years later, well, modern day times, in the 70s. Oh no, this isn't a Criterion set. This is Scream Factory, and and there's this new couple that's moved into this house, but then they see stuff starts to happen, stuff that looks supernatural. It may or may not be, and you find out by the end of the film. Now, The Victors was actually more lauded for Scream Factory than they originally thought it was going to be. So eventually, they gave The Victors its own Blu-ray release, and I don't think that had any features. I think it was just like, here's The Victors on Blu-ray. You had the DVD, now you can upgrade the Blu-ray type of thing. But it's a really hard one. For me, it's the Town of Dread, Sundown, and Victors. For a lot of people, it's going to be Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry, Race with the Devil. So either one you go with, you're going to get some great stuff. I just personally like those first two, but Race with the Devil is so good. Like, it is so good. It is such a good movie. I don't want to steer you the wrong way. Either way you go, you're gonna be good, I think. There's some wonkiness in the Town of Dread, Sundown, where basically with these cops send you to Morocco. Dude, I would like to go to Morocco right now. My better half's going there on Monday, and I am staying here where it's gonna be cold and it's gonna be raining and wind and all that type of stuff. And I'm gonna miss her like crazy, but she deserves it. She works hard, and she deserves a good vacation. If there's anybody that I know that deserves a good vacation, it's her. Well, I'm going to try and relax and watch movies. I'm going to be on here a lot, guys, so you're going to see a lot of me. Hey, Joseph. But one thing that I will tell you right now, I work, so I'm not going to watch many movies as I want. I usually get off around 8 o'clock, so I try, because of this month, because I get off so much later in the day, I get up in the morning and I'll watch my 31 Days of Horror movies like early in the morning while I'm having breakfast. And sometimes that is awesome, dude. They did, some of them did sell fast. Which ones did you see that sold out? Am I going to get the Ultraman sets eventually? I am a huge Ultraman fan, like a lot of guys my age and probably people a little bit younger too. We grew up like watching the Ultraman stuff, whether you watch like stuff on Night Flight or you just came on one of your local cable channels. Ultraman was one of those like those early Takatsus that we actually got around here. Doesn't it feel like that way, Amy? Doesn't it feel like right now, like you get a list, like Kino drops a list, this is going out of print. Scream Factory drops a list, this is going out of print. Oh, by the way, there's more stuff that's going to be going out of print. And all of a sudden you're like, damn, like certain ones, and then you got to look at those lists. And I know they should, but I can't because I'm with you guys in the middle of the night. Oh, yeah. Here we go, guys. We got another one of these. All right. We had another troll there. I'm sure he'll come in under another name with another story, because that tends to be what they do. I wonder where the name came from. Is it like a movie name? For him, sort of. I know that like Devil's Sword's gone. I know that Sins of Sisters Lucia's gone. I mentioned those two. Did some of did some of the Blu-rays go too? Got the Barley on Amazon. You guys are getting quiet again. Okay. So, box set for the win. Which box set did you go for? Oh, did it? I didn't know that actually. Celia. Oh, Sillop, right? That is a brutal film. The last sale when they had it, like I had Sillop in my cart, and I thought about it, but if I remember correctly, I've only ever seen it like once, like a long time ago. And doesn't it start out with like I'm not sure if it's a bull or a cow or something, some animal gets like slaughtered like at near the beginning of the film type of thing, and you get to see it like in kind of detail. If it's the one I'm thinking of, I could be thinking of another film, but I took it out of my cart because I said I don't want to go through that again. Um, I wonder, oh, that would be sneaky, if they were actually saying, no, just saw it out in DVD, but it comes back to Blu-ray. Have I? I don't actually. I would love it. You know how I know about those films? I will tell you right now. How I know about the MPD Psycho ones. I know them from my oldest. She's a huge. She was teaching herself Japanese, one of the Japanese dialects anyway, and she's a huge fan. So she has like I think the anime and like the books. They're books too, right? Like I think they're books too. Like comics or manga. They're manga, something like that. So she told me about it because she was like, so definitely yes. And maybe we had to get my kids to come visit me because they would totally want to see those. So, that's, isn't it sad? I got to like put something there. Kids visit your dad while he's still in Canada. We found a Child's Play box set on Amazon. Movies one, The Curse. Nice, well, good price. I know there's one that was out there for a while, and like could get it sometimes in like in the U.S. for like at a decent price, but here it was like super expensive, like $78 something like that here in Canada, and it never dropped below it. I don't think it's ever dropped low. Warlock, you would know if like anybody here that's Canadian would probably know a bit more, but Todd McFarlane did a steelbook to Halloween. I did not even know that existed. So, like for the new Halloween, did he do it for the new? Is it like for a reissue of like the original Halloween, or like the '78 one, or is it like the 2018 Halloween? Because nowadays we got to ask that. That's not good. That's a good price actually. That's a really good price. I got the like for the. I thought I had like all of them for the longest time, right? And I eventually I'm hoping to. It's hard. I mean, I know if only get one thing from Vinegar Syndrome, it's got to be the Angel box set. I'm hoping for Tammy and the T Rex as well. Um, but it's all going to depend on like funds and stuff like be it how busy work is because the type of job that I have, if it's not busy, sometimes they'll send us home like a couple hours early, that type of thing, and a couple hours here or there. You don't notice it right away, but when your paycheck comes, you kind of notice it. But actually, I gotta say, it's a great place though. People are super nice. That is a great idea for a video. Uh, as you know, I'm sure you know, I used to do during the Vinegar Syndrome, like before the sale. Hey, Andrew, welcome, dude. Well, this is awesome. That encapsulates that. And the sale was pretty, sales shipping was too expensive for moi, so I ended up going, just getting some stuff from Amazon. So anyone list at 12? I don't know, actually. I'd have to check. I haven't been in Best Buy in ages. Like Best Buy is like around 45 minutes away. I'm probably 4K, maybe. I'd say that's the old one. But you know, the new edition, new four. But Todd McFarlane edition of it, dude, definitely stamp that up. Ooh, you know, you got stuff I don't have, and one of these days I'll find something you don't have too. But I would definitely. H. Holmes. Uh, God, there's a really good documentary I saw. I think it was 2 parts, but I don't remember what it was called. Oh, if you're trying to get rid of stuff, I will definitely take it my way because, and you know what, it will get watched and watched over again. Wake and Fright is one I've been wanting to see for a while. I seen it a long time ago back in the VHS days. That happens to me with a lot of stuff. Like a lot of stuff that's coming out now or stuff that I don't own is like in the time of VHS. But now I'm like they're putting them out again, and I'm like I remember that film, and it gives like those warm fuzzy feelings. You know when you have hot chocolate sometime, and you think back like when you're a kid. Films are like that for me. Thank you so much, by the way. Uh, H. Holmes. I'm not sure. Does anybody know a good film on H. Holmes? Uh, which was a if you've never heard of H. Holmes, definitely look it up if you're like into serial killers and stuff like that, because pretty wild stuff. Just putting it out there. Um, I'm really surprised like American Horror Story hasn't like done anything on that yet, or have they and I missed it? It's like somewhere along the way. Uh, Devil in the White City. Yeah, like there was like a 2 part miniseries, which was a documentary miniseries actually, uh, that I liked. It is really long, and there are different. I heard there's different versions of it. Oh, Cat Lover, I didn't forget what you said there before. Uh, Before the Vinegar Syndrome sale comes up, I will definitely be going in. I'll be doing some. We'll be doing like we did before. I'll be going in. I may bring the computer downstairs. I may do it upstairs where I did the other Vinegar Syndrome videos at, and we'll look at all the limited editions, and I will let you know which ones I think are right for grabbing. Um, The last Vinegar Syndrome title I talked about on here is unfortunately already out of print, and that's disconnected. And that one haunted the hell out of me, and I didn't think it was going to. But I'll be watching a few more of my limited edition Vinegar Syndrome stuff before the sale, and you know, there's a lot of stuff that I don't have that I have seen, so I'll be able to give you some recommendations there as well. Scorsese's been working on. What's Scorsese? Has it been like? Has Scorsese been working on like the formula for the anti-comic book film? So, Warlock, totally tell them I say hi. Hopefully, has anybody had their Vinegar Syndrome stuff sent out yet? Like, because I haven't. So, I know some of you guys here like me. You got the October package, right? Well, I get totally cut into me to uh, to get the October package, but I got the October package. That was my big buy. Uh, and I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be perfect. It's going to highlight uh, my. Oh, well, if you do go, it's going to highlight my 31 Days of Horror. I'm going to be able to talk about the Anvil Curse collection. You know, Unmasked 25, which is a really fun weird film to talk about. But it looks like that it hasn't been sent out yet, and it takes a while to get here. I hope that it comes in time for me to be able to talk about the 31 day these films within the 31 days of horror. What I bought tonight was, in a way, was a backup to that. And I hope anybody that like wanted to get Scream Factory Anvil set that was out there before it went out of print was able to pick it up, because it, you know, especially if you got a 3D TV or PlayStation VR. I love the Keep, but the Keep has issues with it coming on disc, and I think it's the soundtrack actually that's stopping the Keep from going on to. And you guys can confirm, but I think that's the soundtrack, right? That's causing the Keep from going on from being put out. Was it Tangerine Dream or something like that that did the soundtrack for the Keep? Frightmare in the Falls. Whoa. Sponsored by Rue Morgue, really? You ever notice that Rue Morgue is always best when it's got like some like kick-ass female editor? And then like, does that seem sexist to say that? But no, like Javanka, when Javanka was editor, and you know she went on to make like horror movies and stuff like that. Like the magazine was really good, and that was then it kind of lulled a bit, and then Andrea became editor, and like the magazine's good again. But the first editor of Rue Morgue, I wasn't so much a fan of. I've been, you know, Rue Morgue's, for those who don't know, Rue Morgue's a Canadian like version of Fangoria. And and they like they're really good. If you haven't seen Rue Morgue magazine, they put out some really good stuff. But originally when Rue Morgue came out, I had big beef with them because I'm a huge Friday the 13th fan, and they did an issue, like they plastered Friday the 13th on the cover. They exploited the Friday the 13th name. Then you buy the issue, you go to you go and you open it up, right? This is an early Rue Morgue, and all they do was they rag on Friday the 13th, like, and make fun of it, like over and its fans, over and over again within that article. I was super pissed off, and I didn't buy Rue Morgue for like a long time after that. It was only when Javanka came on that I started to buy it, and then she ended up leaving. I was kind of pissed again. They put on a good yard sale. Do they really? When you're hot chocolate, hashtag hot chocolate movie, comfort films. See, there we go. We will create a new hashtag here, guys. Hashtag hot chocolate movies. I love Horehound, Joseph. If it wasn't for Horehound, I would not have. You see that shelf back there? This all Arrow video. That's because of Horehound. Horehound had an article on Arrow Video a few years back, like it was early on in my collecting days. And so I just randomly picked up a Horehound magazine. I liked all their stuff, their articles. I'm going through it, and they got this like 3 or 4 page article. It's not a big article, like maybe 5 pages, on like an Arrow Video, and they're showing like all these like window box editions and like posters and like these cards, you know. And I'm like, what the hell is this? This is amazing. So that very week, I went to Amazon.co.uk or Amazon.uk, that's what people like to call it. And I looked, I put in Arrow Video, and I was amazed at the stuff that was there. I had no idea. And thanks to Horehound, which we can't get around to, I wish we could. It's a great magazine, especially if you're a collector, because Horehound goes beyond just like talking about horror films and stuff like that, and actually gets into talking about collecting. It had this, I don't know if it still has it, but it had this article, and it was every month, or whenever it came out, every bi-monthly, whatever, and it had like, it would go with the different like VHS video label, and they'd show like all the VHS, like the covers and stuff for this for that label, and they'd spotlight it, and I thought that was brilliant. So yeah, Horehound is the reason I actually got the arrows that are over there right now. They got me my first Fulci arrows. Oh, sorry. It's Pet Cemetery, and as you can see, it's a skull completely made up of kittens. Surprisingly, I got this at Walmart. So if you got a Walmart near you, definitely check it out. It was actually pretty, it's a Walmart. It's pretty cheaply priced. Well, Canada is same as like United States. It's Region A, but obviously getting a region free player isn't hard here in like North America, in Canada or the U.S. I don't know like if it's harder over in the UK or over in like in other countries. That because I kind of wonder, and I do want to know, because although we're going to have like a voltage thing, well, we're talking about the sales. Did you go for any of them? Yeah, definitely. There's this one there, the Scream one that you saw. Well, the kind of the day glow, the colorful Scream one that I wore, with the with Ghostface. That came from there as well. There's a Halloween one, which I didn't get, and there is God. There's a couple others. Anyway, check them out. There's a whole section of them, and at least 5 6 different ones. Had to rip down your laptop. I used to have to do that too, but I just use the definitely. Chris, Trilogy of Terror is a great little film. Now it's a TV film, but it's a fun one. It's Karen Black. She plays three different roles in the film. There are three different stories, but you go in for Trilogy of Terror, you stay for the Zuni doll. The Zuni fetish doll story it's incredibly fun, and although like some people find it kind of cheesy now, me too. And ready. Did you notice like the shipping on these sales this time around? It was insane. What? Why can't they be like Vinegar Syndrome? I like the sequel, Joseph. Some people don't. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Some people don't like the sequel. Now, here's the thing. I'm older. I'm ancient. I'm an old man. I loved the first one, and then I grew to love the second one. Eventually, some people didn't. Now, that being said, I showed both of the films back to back years ago to my Keller. I haven't forgot the Vinegar Syndrome thing. We'll do that soon. So I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good evening. But I showed it to my kids, and I showed it to my spouse. I know that's a really sexy looking one. Hey, Damage, welcome, dude. A month's whoa, that is. But Sweden is so nice. Hey, Adrian. But and they loved the second one better. They did. They liked Trilogy of Terror 2 better. They thought it was scarier. They thought it moved faster. Yeah, I saw that. I actually like shared on my Facebook their their ad that they put out for the International Video Store Day. We don't have any video stores here, or I would definitely be checking that out. I wouldn't have been at by anything day if I was near Toronto, because obviously everything would have went into going to base your video. I would love to visit Sweden, actually. I was watching Beat 'em Ups, who does like a lot of like video game stuff, and he was actually not in Sweden, but he was in Japan. And oh, Andrew, just to let you know that that green case was never available from them. That one there, that's the original edition of the film. That's not the limited edition. Hey, Jacob. But that was put in that. Like somebody gave me the movie as a birthday gift one year, and before they did, it was originally in a blue case. They just had a green Blu-ray case, and they thought it suited it better, so they switched it out to a green case. So that wasn't something that they did. A great would have been a great idea, but no, that was a friend of mine that actually did that. Well, kind of friend of mine, somebody I know. for some reason, I'm going to check out my local family video. Got like, see if they have any sales. Got like held for me to actually say, oh, I better make sure that what word in that like gets a message held. Like I had somebody, a troll, come on earlier, put up a creepy message. Uh, but and family video gets held. What the hell? Uh, Let me know what you find. And ready, dude, you should film it. You should do a video. You should do, dude. You're in the right area, and you do those videos. Uh, oh, Wheels, have a great Friday. Hopefully, I'll see you here again tomorrow. And take care of yourself. Just sort of the Mondo red case. Those they got some nice cases. I mean, I love those red cases. The Effin family. Oh yeah. Well, my ear. Thanks. Actually, it is. I went to the doctor, and I'm taking drops and stuff like that. But I can actually hear out of it now. I was gonna say ear out of it, like totally sound Canadian then, right? FYE and buying a bunch of Barneys. Hey, Barney, that actually could work. There's a few websites that you go to. You can probably find them on eBay as well. And there's a place, I think maybe it's called paper.com or something like that, that actually have different colored. Are they really? Is that true? Are you just joking? Because when my oldest used to watch Barney all the time when she was like young, so I know all that stuff. All if all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops, oh what a world this would be. Standing outside with my mouth open wide. Yeah, yeah. See, had to sit through all that. Did I pick up Scar? I didn't. It actually was super cheap. It was running for $24. Do you know, Jacob? Did you pick it up? And do you know if the Paul Muni Scarface was included in that 4K? Even if it wasn't, if even if it was just on a Blu-ray, because when I bought the Blu-ray edition of Scarface, it came with a DVD of the Paul Muni version of Scarface. I really love that version of Scarface. I love Scarface anyway, but I love the original one. And if I ever upgrade to the 4K, I want to make sure that Paul Muni one is there. I know I can take it out of my, because I got a steelbook Scarface. Ray Party Director's Cut. They're remaking everything. They're making Blue's Clues now too. And that's another thing that my kids used to watch. And there was two. Like I'm sure most of you guys probably don't know. If you have kids, you know this stuff. Like, but there was like two people, like on Blue's Clues, like two like different like hosts. You do have the Paul Mooney one on Blu-ray? Nice. See, I only got the DVD because I picked up the Scarface Steelbook. Well, Scarface itself is already a remake, so I can't say, oh no, don't remake Scarface when it is itself, a remake, and wow, it was really good. But man, everything's getting remade now. Like Scorsese worries about like comic book movies, dude. What about all the remakes? I loved both those films. Public Enemy shocked the hell out of me when I saw it the first time. I was young. I watched it on CBC Late Night. That's the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. It's here in Canada. It's a TV station. So they would show every night. They have like a classic film on. So I'm staying up late one night, like just going through like movies, like White Heat and all that stuff, and we gets the Public Enemy. Gets to the Public Enemy comes on, and I'm watching it, and he gets to that ending where they open up the door, and he just he's there, and his dead body's there, and it drops, and man, that freaked me out as a kid. That got to me with this, with the head wrapped and. Oh. Yeah, it still chills me. It does. It's not a horror movie, but you what? I got asked before a while back, well, what's something that scared you in a movie that's not horror? That scared me when I was a kid. It's not a horror film, but it definitely got under me. Cocaine Cowboy. I did actually years ago. If it's the one I'm thinking about. If it came out recently, no, I didn't. But if it's the one I'm thinking about, do you remember a horror movie where a guy grabs a girl's feet from under her bed? Dude, that could be a few movies. That could be a few. What's Virgins in Hell about? It is a. If you've ever seen any kind of like the serious Santiago type stuff, it's kind of like that. It's you know action exploitation type of film, super cheesy. Definitely check out the trailer, and it's fun. But you gotta like those like oh, Hide and Go Shriek you're talking about. That's on the cover. Actually, and it makes you think it's going to be set like it's going to be going all around, but actually it's set in like in a store. I think a store after hours. Hide and Go Shriek. I actually got that. Code Red put that out. So did you just look at Virgins Now? It's a really strange film. Um, but if you're used to that type of stuff, you're used to the weird exploitation stuff, like the action stuff. If you've seen stuff like The Mothers and films like that, then it's like above a craziness level above that. Yeah, Andrew. I'm pretty sure he's talking about Hide and Go Shriek, which is a great film, by the way. It's a really fun film. Um, a different film too. I'm trying to remember the killer in that one. It seemed like he dressed up. Uh, I don't remember the killer very well, but I remember really liking the film. Posh is down, not sure. Oh, not yet. I haven't. Mr. No Legs. Did they put that out? Did they really? Drops the third disc. Good to know, Scholar. Yeah, because also if you pick up Three from Hell, which I haven't done yet, the DVD like is missing. Only has like part one of the documentary, where the Blu-ray actually has the full documentary, like a long, big, long, like four-part documentary. I'm not quite sure why. Uh, Affleck's underrated, man. Hey, Daz, welcome, dude. Like, Affleck is definitely underrated. Like everybody was like, "Oh, are you watching Witchery?" That was one of the choices that I looked at. That's the one with Linda Blair, right, and David Hasselhoff in that. That's part of the La Casa series. Over in there's like a series of films called well, they're not really tied together, but they're the Evil Dead films are they're La Casa films. You can look them up actually on the find what they all are. Ghost House and Witcher are two of them actually. It's a fun film. It's a crazy film, but it's crazy in all the good ways, and I think you'll enjoy it. If you got what I think you got, you probably got the Scream Factory edition, right? It's got a double feature with Ghost House, and Ghost House, freaking creepy, man. That creeped me out when I was younger too. Well, not too, I was like older teenager, but because it has this like this girl with this kind of this like clown doll, and there's this like kind of weird music that plays in it, and it just got under my skin. And I don't mean like in a bad way, like it's in a good way, like it got to me. And I really, really enjoyed it. So I think you'll enjoy it. Let me know tomorrow, by the way. If you're here tomorrow, let me know what you thought of Witchery. So there you go, guys. You had to get the limited edition of Scarface. Still need to watch both films. That's a fun double feature. They're both very different films. Like Witchery, like the Ghost House is out in Italian. But a bunch of double features. They got some really great double features. I looked at that one this morning when I was gonna. And let me know what you think about it, because I'm kind of curious. I know Richard Brake has a bigger part in this one, like he's brought in to play Foxy. Like, and I'm not sure if that was originally planned or he was brought in like to pick up kind of the slack where Sid Haig, rest in peace, was sick at the time, because he had planned to have a bigger part for Sid Haig in there. So we'll see how it plays out. I want it because it was not his last film, one of his last films, and yeah, and I'm sure the documentary will have some stuff on him as well. I love him too. My dad, I'm sure, has seen Crawl, and because he's like a huge fan of that. He picked up one recently, Dark Ages, which is a '90s like one. That's what I've heard mixed reviews on Three from Hell as well, mixed to lower reviews. But I'm hoping you got to go in with like measured expectations when it comes to like Rob Zombie film. Like if you're a Rob Zombie fan anyway, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get your money's worth, because you know what you're going for. You know what you're going to get. But when he's really good, for me, he's like super on par. But when he's not, I think he needs like he needs a buffer. He needs someone to tell him when his ideas aren't that good, or when he needs to rein it in a bit, or like go farther. Me too, Andrew. Actually, totally me too. That cover used to freak me out when I was young. I don't think I've ever seen it. Yeah, actually, I think that's when he picked up. We're on a, you're probably on it too, Warlock. There's a Facebook group. You know the one I'm talking about, that sell Blu-rays and DVDs, a Canadian Facebook group. And he picked up Dark Ages, I think, from there. He also has, and I'm jealous of this, when you just mentioned Amy, the '90s Gamera trilogy, which are pretty awesome. All of Yeah, 31 was a bit of a bust for me. Blob, yes, Pignini Horror. Also, see, my dad hated that movie, but I think it's fun. But we have different tastes when it comes to some of that stuff. I like weirder stuff. I didn't like 31. I wanted to like 31 so bad because there's so much in it that I like, and the first couple of minutes of the movie with Break, it's excellent. And then the movie starts, and it just like it falls apart really quickly. This is just my opinion. It's one guy's opinion. But never so much as I wanted to see a movie redeem somebody. The Godzilla set I really want. The Godzilla set and the Fly set are two big sets like coming out in like around Christmas time that I'm really into. Lords of Salem I liked. You feel like weird? Go to Lords of Salem. 31 I don't find it's weird. I just find it's not as tightly done. It's not as well directed as somebody that, and I'm gonna say it like with Rob Zombie's talent. Because he does have talent. Like people will rag on him, but I think he does have talent. But Lords of Salem, strange, and it's strange in the right way. He's channeling all those like witchcraft and occult films from back in the '70s, and he does a good job of that. Actually, I do like his music. Actually, I'm glad some people like the Lords of Salem, because most of the time when I mention it, like a lot of people are like, I'm not so sure on that one. But that's kind of the ones that's what I dig, right? I'm hoping it goes down, Warlock. I really am. But we got unobstructed view here now, and there's a Barnes and Noble sale, so I'm kind of waiting for that. So I'm not going to be like buying it, and I can't afford it. Buying unboxing it like right as soon as it comes out. Have I seen? Yes, I have seen Blood from. I've seen other Mummy films. I love the Hammer stuff. Actually, somebody out here last night, I think. No, Kirsty didn't like. But Blood, I think, is yeah, but they may do like a half price sale when Barnes and Noble does theirs, right? That's what I'm hoping for. I didn't get to get any Mondo Macaro this time around. I got a couple of things coming, which I will show you guys on Wednesday if it shows up on time. But Blood from Mummy Tomb is fun. That's the one with the girl, right? I'm pretty sure that's the Valerie Leon. The Bergman box set is worth getting, Joseph. If you're a fan of Bergman at all, definitely, definitely check it out. The book is incredible, and I love the way that it's done. Yeah, it's a fun one. I mean, like, I'll I'll be honest. It's not like the Mummy films aren't the top tier franchise when it comes to the Hammer stuff, but they're fun. I find that they're fun films. Now that being said, my favorite like Mummy film is the Hammer Mummy film. I dig that, man, dude. When that happens, if I was getting up at 5, I'd be missing my streams. But it's good to see you here. I've been holding off. Like I got the Bergman set. I'm holding off. That's it's my the Bergman set is my retirement package like prize to me. Partying on Friday. Oh, dude, I'm so old for that. I wish I was young enough to party. Partying to me, going upstairs and watching a movie with my cats. I'm a wild man. All right, but flavored water. Oh, nice. But since I got to get up there before my better half goes to bed, because we've only got 3 days left before she's gone for a month. And that made I just got a little sad. But I wanted to have a good time. So guys, we will talk more tomorrow. I kind of find Sherman Zombie kind of cute though. I'm not gonna lie. I am Aaron. This is the Movie Library. You guys are the Movie Club. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight, and hopefully, you'll you guys will be joining me when my better half's gone as well. Keep me company. I will see you tomorrow. It's time for tea with the most beautiful woman I know.